Her heels clicked against the marble floors of Caldwell Enterprises headquarters. 42 stories of glass, steel, and intimidation. She was just an account executive, but today she'd been summoned to the top floor. To him, everyone whispered about Alexander Brewster, the company's mysterious CEO. Young, brilliant, and impossibly private. He rarely spoke to anyone outside his executive circle. Marina straightened her blazer, breathless as the elevator doors opened. Inside, sunlight poured across a vast office overlooking the Los Angeles skyline. Behind a sleek desk stood the man himself, tall, dark-haired, and unreadable. "Ms. Caldwell," he said, voice low but commanding. "You're late." I'm so sorry, sir," she stammered. He gestured toward a seat. "Sit." Marina obeyed, clutching her folder campaign designs. She had spent weeks perfecting her presentation, but the words on her tongue evaporated under his gaze. He glanced at her file, then at her. "Your concept for Project Astra is interesting." She blinked. "Thank you." He tapped the folder once, then leaned forward. "I want you to lead the London rollout." Marina's mind blanked. "London? You leave in 5 days. Full relocation." Her breath hitched. "Why me?" "You see things others miss," he said simply. "That's rare." And just like that, the meeting was over. 5 days later, Marina was in London, jet-lagged but exhilarated. She threw herself into her new role. The team at Caldwell's London branch welcomed her politely, though she could sense their curiosity. The mysterious American who'd been handpicked by the CEO himself. She worked long hours, often alone in the office late at night, poring over data from Project Astra, a global expansion strategy for the company's tech division. But strange things began happening. A shadow lingered outside her flat one evening. Another night, someone followed her from the tube station. And once, when she returned home, her apartment door, which she was sure she'd locked, stood slightly ajar. Inside, everything looked untouched, except for a single white envelope on her kitchen counter. There was no name, no logo, just a short message typed in block letters. "Leave while you can." Her stomach turned cold. She called the police, but they found nothing. The landlord changed her locks. Yet the next night, she heard faint footsteps outside again. She emailed her boss, Michael, in a panic. "I think someone's following me." He replied within minutes. "Stay calm. We'll handle it. Use the company car service tonight." When she stepped out of the office that evening, a black car idled at the curb, the rear window lowered, and her heart nearly stopped. It was him, Alexander Brewster. "Get in the car," he said quietly. For a heartbeat, she hesitated. The way he spoke, controlled, deliberate, made it sound less like an offer and more like an order. But something in his eyes, urgency, maybe fear, made her obey. She slid inside. The door locked automatically, and the driver pulled into traffic. "Sir, what's going on?" she asked. Alexander's jaw tightened. "You're being watched." Her pulse thudded. "By who?" He didn't answer right away. The city lights flickered across his face, making him look carved from marble. "You found something," he said finally, "in Project Astra's data." I analyzed marketing reports. That's all." "You uncovered a trail, a set of duplicate financial entries," he explained. "You thought it was a glitch. It wasn't. It exposed an offshore laundering scheme. Someone inside the London branch is involved. They know you saw it." Marina's breath came fast. "So the note was a warning," he said. "They want to shut you up." She gripped her seat. "Then why send me here? You knew this." He looked at her, voice quiet but sharp. "Because I couldn't trust anyone else. And because I needed to protect you before you even knew you were a target." Her mind reeled. Protect me? By putting me in danger? You wouldn't have believed me otherwise, he said simply. And I had to make sure they revealed themselves first. The car turned onto a narrow road outside the city. Her hands shook. Where are we going? To safety, he said. They drove for nearly an hour before pulling up to an old countryside manor. Stone walls, ivy-covered, surrounded by thick woods. A pair of guards opened the gate. Inside, Alexander guided her into a warm living room lit by a crackling fire. This is one of my private estates, he said. You'll stay here until I deal with this. She stared at him. You can't just keep me hidden away. His gaze softened slightly. Would you rather be dead? The silence between them stretched. She looked down. No, I don't understand any of this. You will, he said. For now, trust me. Days passed in a blur. Security surrounded the property. Alexander came and went, always on phone calls, always controlled. Marina worked remotely, trying to distract herself, but the isolation gnawed at her. At night, she'd find him in the study, staring at the fire, lost in thought. One evening she asked, "Why are you doing this for me?" He hesitated. Because I know what it's like to lose everything to greed. My father died protecting this company from people like them. I won't let that happen again. Her heart ached at the quiet pain in his voice. She thought of him as cold, detached, but now she saw the truth. He wasn't emotionless. He was guarded. And somehow she realized he was risking everything for her. A week later, he came to her room at dawn. It's over, he said. They've been arrested. The data you found was a final proof. Relief flooded her. So it's really done? Yes. He looked tired, but a faint smile touched his lips. You saved this company, Marina. She laughed softly, disbelieving. I thought I was just making ad campaigns. You saw what no one else did, he said. That's what makes you invaluable. She met his eyes. And you? Her voice wavered. You didn't just save the company. You saved me. He looked away. You give me too much credit. But she shook her head. No, you didn't have to protect me. You did anyway. A quiet moment stretched between them. Outside, the sun rose over the misty fields. I'm sending you back to Los Angeles next week, he said. There's a promotion waiting. A promotion? Global marketing director, he said. You earned it. She blinked, stunned. I don't know what to say. Just keep seeing what others can't, he said. That's your gift. Back in Los Angeles, life felt different. The office buzzed with new energy. Project Astra had become a global success. Marina's name carried weight now, the woman who'd saved the campaign. But no one knew what really happened. One afternoon, she got a message from reception. Mr. Brewster requests your presence. Her stomach fluttered as she rode the elevator up. He was waiting by the same window where they'd first met, sunlight haloing his figure. You're back, he said. I am. How does it feel? Strange, she admitted. Like I left as one person and came back someone else. He nodded slowly. That's what surviving does. She smiled faintly. Thank you for everything. He looked at her, expression unreadable. You don't owe me thanks. Just take care of yourself. As she turned to leave, he said quietly, Wait. She looked back. He picked up his coat, crossed the room, and opened the office door for her. Your car is waiting downstairs. Marina tilted her head, confused. Car. He met her eyes, the faintest trace of a smile curving his lips. Get in the car, he said, the same words as before.